This is commentary on Lesson 157 in the Workbook for A Course in Miracles. Into His Presence would I enter now. This is a unique lesson in the workbook, one that's different from many of the rest, actually all of the rest. And what it demonstrates is a distinction between our minds. In the Course, it's helpful to think of the mind as layered, that there's one-mindedness, and there's a wrong-mindedness and right-mindedness. And in the one-mindedness is what we're concerning ourselves with this lesson, and that's a function of knowledge, which is not taught, it's just what is there, and there's a direct path to it. There's a direct path to the truth of ourselves in that one-mindedness. And that one-mindedness is there. It's really the only thing that's there. But since we think we've invented this false self, now we have a wrong-mindedness, which is not corrected by knowledge. It's corrected by a right-mindedness of forgiveness, to cancel out that wrong-mindedness, to unlearn what that wrong-mindedness taught us about being a little ego body self. And the idea is that this one-mindedness is not something that we teach or demonstrate as miracle workers, as teachers of God, as ministers of God. What we teach and demonstrate is our choice to move from wrong-mindedness to right-mindedness. And both those parts of the minds are perceptual. And once we've done that, once we've canceled all out through right-mindedness, what we made with the wrong mind, then this one-mindedness of knowledge is there. And so in this lesson, we want to get an experience of that one-mindedness, and that experience will be what will animate all of our demonstrations and learning to the world of our movement from wrong-mindedness to right-mindedness. It's really a beautiful lesson, and it works on coming from yesterday's lesson, where there's a focus to just come to the truth of who we are. Okay, so let's go through this. This is a day of silence and of trust. It is a special time of promise in your calendar of days. It is a time heaven has set apart to shine upon and cast a timeless light upon this day, when echoes of eternity are heard. This day is holy, for it ushers in a new experience, a different kind of feeling and awareness. You have spent long days and nights in celebrating death. Today you will learn to feel the joy of life. This is another crucial turning point in the curriculum. We add a new dimension now, a fresh experience that sheds a light on all that we've learned already and prepares us for what we have yet to learn. It brings us to the door where learning ceases. We catch a glimpse of what lies past the highest reaches it can possibly attain. It leads us there an instant, and we go beyond it, sure of our direction and our goal. Today will be given you to feel a touch of heaven, though you will return to the paths of learning. The paths of learning are what we're doing when we're moving from unforgiveness, the wrong mind, to forgiveness, the right minded. That's the paths of learning. Yet you've come far enough along the way to alter time sufficiently to rise above its laws and walk into eternity a while. This you will learn to do increasingly as every lesson, faithfully rehearsed, brings you more swiftly to this holy place and leaves you for a moment to yourself. So this is acknowledging the end point of what we will have when we've completed all of our learning here, when we've unlearned the ego and had the experience that forgiveness, offering miracles, of being a demonstration here of love. When that's completed, this is where we will be with our true self. Something that's not learned, it's just there, but it's what inspires us and inspires our learning. He will direct your practicing today, yourself, for what you ask for now is what He wills, and having joined your will with His this day, what you are asking must be given you. Nothing is needed but today's idea to light your mind, and let it rest in still anticipation and in quiet joy, wherein you quickly leave the world behind. From this day forth, your ministry takes on a genuine devotion, a glow that travels from your fingertips to those you touch, and blesses those you look upon. A vision reaches everyone you meet, everyone you think of or who thinks of you. For your experience today will so transform your mind that it becomes the touchstone for the holy thoughts of God. Your body will be sanctified today, its only purpose being now to bring the vision of what you experience this day to light the world. We cannot give experience like this directly. So in other words, it's saying this experience that we'll get today, that's not what we're giving to others. That's what others will have just like we do when they learn from us this choice between wrong-mindedness, unforgiveness, and forgiveness. Yet this experience that we get today leaves a vision in our eyes which we can offer everyone, that he may come sooner to the same experience in which the world is quietly forgot and heaven is remembered for a while. As this experience increases and all goals but this become of little worth, the world to which you will return becomes a little closer to the end of time, a little more like heaven in its ways, a little nearer its deliverance, and you who bring it light will come to see the light more sure, the vision more distinct. The time will come when you will not return in the same form in which you now appear, for you will have no need of it. Yet now it has a purpose and will serve it well. So returning in the same form means now we have a perception of ourselves as being an individual with a body, and it's that image of ourselves that we're learning from. It's not the truth of who we are, but it's a choice that we made to be in a world as a body. And so now we can sanctify that body because rather than it being what it determines who we are, it becomes our classroom in learning how to choose from wrong-mindedness, from unforgiveness to forgiveness. Today we will embark upon a course you've not dreamed of, but the Holy One, the giver of the happy dreams of life, translator of perception into truth, the holy guide to heaven given you, has dreamed for you this journey which you make and start today with the experience this day holds out to you to be your own. Into Christ's presence will we enter now, serenely unaware of everything except his shining face and perfect love. The vision of his face will stay with you, but there will be an instant which transcends all vision, even this, the holiest. This you will never teach, for you attained it not through learning. Yet the vision speaks of your remembrance of what you knew that instant and will surely know again. All right, this is a very significant practice in which we'll come inside, forget about learning, about mistakes, about making choices for forgiveness. This is an experience that we have of just coming into the truth of who we are. And having had that experience, we'll come back to the ways of learning, but that ways of learning now will be inspired by what we experience today. So remember the practice instructions, morning and evening for 5 minutes at least, as long as possible. Hourly remembrances. Whenever we've lost our peace, we stop immediately as soon as we can in practice. And we try and remember this idea all through the day. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.